Hello there, welcome to a new episode of the FPL Secret. In this video, we're gonna take a close look at Arsenal. What do I expect? What are the best options? And the most important question is, should we triple up on Arsenal? So, if we take a look at the early fixtures, we're gonna find 4 home fixtures in the first 6, which is brilliant because Arsenal at the Emirates is really something. And if we took a look from a difficulty point of view, we're gonna find that the 2 hard fixtures are against United and Spurs, and both of them is gonna be home. So, if Spurs is still in the vortex he used to be in the last season, who knows? So it's gonna be just be United as a hard fixture in the first 6, and that's something that we should really consider. In my point of view, you can easily take the decision to triple up on Arsenal at the beginning of the season, and that's not just because of that. It's just because we know Arsenal, we know how it's gonna perform, we know that there is no much rotation with Arteta, and we all know that from last year. So if we pick a treble from Arsenal, we're gonna make sure that treble are nailed and they're gonna play 90 minutes most of times, and that would be a good thing. And first thing I'll think of when I triple up on Arsenal is having an Arsenal defender, because there is a probability to have 4 clean sheets out of the first 6. Who would reject that? So when we look at the defense, the options are as follow. Arrange it from the best to the worst. It's gonna be Ramsdale, then Zinchenko, then Saliba, then Gabriel. They're all priced 5 million, and I've excluded Ben White at 5.5. He's not really worth the extra money. Starting with Ramsdale, I think he is a solid option. He's cheap, he's nailed. I think amongst the goalkeepers who are priced 5, he is the best option, and I do really consider him for my team. And the reason Zinchenko is my second best option is he doesn't have much competition in his place. I don't think Turney, if he stays, of course, it's gonna be much competition for him. And he probably sometimes he gets into the inverted roles, so he plays as a number 8, and that's of course increases the chances of making an assist or even shooting. So I think in that role, he's gonna be the most defenders that have attacking threats. And the reason I bought Saliba and Gabriel in the tail of these choices is Arsenal's new signing, Julian Timber, who's I think personally he's gonna be nailed once he comes. He's gonna play as a right back instead of Ben White, or as a center back instead of Gabriel. I don't think he's gonna take Saliba's spot. If Saliba's fit, I think he's gonna be nailed 90 minutes. So as Zinchenko. But also something to consider is that Gabriel is the only left-footed center back in Arsenal. So would that affect Arteta's decision? Maybe. Because a left-footed center back is really important in Arteta's way of playing. So will he consider that, or he's gonna depend on Zinchenko as a third center back when building up and so on? I'm not really sure. And Julian Timber as well is going to be a solid FPL option sometimes this season, I'm sure of that. Moving on to the attackers, I think Bukayo Saka comes on the top of the list. He comes this season at 8.5 million, which is really low priced according to what he did last season. The price is terrific. He got penalties, he got corners, goal threat, he's nailed as no one is. So I don't see a single reason not to get Bukayo Saka in your team. He's logged in my team, of course. The third option in the triple up could be tricky because Arteta now has plenty of options and most of them are versatile. They could play in several roles. Literally anyone could play anywhere. Martin Odegaard, of course, comes second after Saka as an option. He's as nailed as him, and points are guaranteed. We all saw that last season. But he comes at 8.5 as well. So if you triple up with a defender and Saka and Odegaard, would you pay like 17 million on Saka and Odegaard. I think it's too much. The other three that will probably get decent minutes are Havertz, Martinelli, and Jesus. I don't see Trossard starting many games. Some people say that Havertz is gonna play along Odegaard in the number 8 role, so it's gonna be like Havertz and Odegaard in the number 8, and Declan Rice as the head of that triangle as number 6. I don't think so. From an offensive point of view, I think it's gonna be great having like 5 attackers. I think that will boost the attack in a way that we can't imagine. But from a defensive perspective, I think leaving Declan Rice all alone at the number 6, I think it's gonna be too much for him to do all the recovery, to create chances and do all that. He is a massive player and he did a brilliant job at West Ham, and he used to do that role like in a terrific way. That's why Arteta insisted on him. But he usually had Thomas Socek next to him, or sometimes Paqueta. So I think it's gonna be two in that role. I think it's gonna be Partey if he didn't leave, or elsewhere. I think Odegaard might drop back to that role. I have another expectation for Havertz that he might take Jesus' role as number 9. And if that happens, he's gonna be absolutely bargain at 7.5 mid playing as an attacker. Because we know Jesus can play as winger as well. But come on, Jesus remains Jesus. He has a period. No, not that kind of period, don't get me wrong. I mean a period when he's explosive and a period when he's awful. We all know when Jesus does that phase, that he's not at his best. Pep knew that before, and Arteta probably knows by now. So playing him all the time won't be always good. Martinelli is still a great option at 8 million. We all know that he's by far the best one to play on the left side with the dribbling, the speed, the cuts inside. What matters now is how Arteta is gonna use Havertz. That would be a key for us to arrange our thoughts about Arsenal and our choices as well. And your subscription to the channel, the likes, the shares, and all that will be a key to more videos, you know? So I hope you enjoyed today's video and it was beneficial for you somehow. Tell me your thoughts in the comments and tell me which team would you like me to do next. And until next time then, see ya.